everybody. Good morning. I really hope you are well. And welcome to a brand new week. We are kicking off the week with some functional fitness Pilates. And this is triple challenge. So what do I mean by this? Well, every exercise that we do is going to be tri-plane. We're going to do it in sagittal plane, frontal plane, and transverse plane, which in layman's terms means you're going to do it forward and back, you're going to do it side to side, and you're going to do it in a rotation as well to give you a 3D effect with regards to your training and with regards to your strength. So I really hope you're going to enjoy this. Please feel free to grab a drink. If you know that you would like to use possibly a mini ball underneath the base of your pelvis when we come to laying, absolutely please grab it. Otherwise, you don't really need any other equipment. I'm just going to take my socks off because I want to go barefoot. Feel free to grab a drink anytime you need it. And we are going to get going. So I'm using the Mind and Body Intervals warm up from Mind and Body Intervals 2. And then I'm actually using a mix, which is actually from Pilates Intervals 10, which is called Triple Challenge. So I want you to find your perfect Pilates posture, gang. Let's bring our feet together. Turn our toes out to the corners of the rim. Realign our heels with our toes. Evenly distribute our weight between the right and the left foot. Remember, we put tension in the muscles, not the joints. We're going to bring our pelvis into our neutral position. And we're going to lengthen the rest of the body. Grow lovely and tall. Let the shoulders come up, down, away from your ears. And take a moment to connect with your breath. So let's breathe in through the nose. Let the rib cage expand and breathe out through the nose or the mouth, whichever works for you. But let the rib cage move back in. So move and channel your breath lower into your body. Bring it deeper down into this rib cage rather than letting it sit here in the chest. A little bit harder for me today because I've got an absolute stinking cold. So that's a little bit more challenging. So if you're suffering as well at the moment, take your time. And then gang, when that feels good for you, we're going to place both hands onto the shoulders and I want you to circle round. So create a light bend in the knees and we're rotating round and back. Opening up that chest. Now circle the other way. Round we go. So just allowing the shoulders to get lovely and warm. Now take the arm back on the diagonal. Back we go. Take it shoulder height. Reach. We're going to come down low. Bend the knees. And then reach the right arm up. And then the left arm. Let's do that whole thing again. So back on the diagonal. Back you go. We go shoulder height. Reach. Well done. Let's hit it down low. Bend the knees. And then reach that arm up. Perfect. Take your right arm over. Left arm down the side of the thigh. Move through the shoulder and move through the waist into our frontal plane. Push those hip bones over. But you don't lose the weight distribution being equal between the feet. Arms come forward and we're going to pull back with a bow and arrow. Little twist and rotate. And you're looking back behind you just as far as you can go. 2 more. 1 more. Let the arms wrap around the waist and bend the knees. Loosen off. Perfect. Pedal push through the feet. Just be aware of how they feel. Now with the right leg, forward and back. So let's take our little brushes to warm up the hip, tri-plane. Take the leg across and open. Now, if you don't want to lift so high, you don't have to. You can stay in contact with the floor and just tap. We're going to come around the front, circle, and round the back. You can move as big or as small as you wish. From here, pedal push through your feet. Loosen off. Let those feet breathe. Well done. Plant the feet, left leg, forward and back. So remember, you could tap. So you don't have to lift the ground. Leg comes across and open. And we're just aware of how that feels into the hip. Move as big or as small as you like. Come round the front and round the back. Well done. And pedal push through the feet again. Loosen off. Good work. Come to the back of the mat, gang. Feet go as wide as you wish. We're going to take a breath. And we're going to roll down. Chin to chest, heavy head. Hands can come onto the thighs. We can create our lovely long spine. And then we can roll up when that feels good for us. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale. Exhale and roll. Or you can go all the way down to the floor. Let the weight of the head bring you down. Just feel that release. Inhale, exhale. And roll the shoulders when you're ready. Well done. So just working at the level that suits you. You certainly don't have to roll all the way down if that doesn't work for you today. Roll through the shoulders, lift. We're going to make this one our last one. I want you to come down to the floor, gang. So hands forward, feet back. And let's start to press through the feet. Bend through one knee, feel the release, the stretch in the other leg. Now stay there and just let that release for you while I change the mix. And then bring the knees down to the floor. Let's lift the back all the way up, point A.
Your training begins.
All the way down, point C.
3,
and find point B, somewhere in between. And then we're coming into our conventional Superman. Inhale, exhale, lift. So we're going to do our Superman into our triple challenge. And we're going to do it triplane. So this is our sagittal plane Superman. Forward and back. Let's press away with the arm and leg, get the connection through here. So I want you to feel, be aware of how that feels as you lengthen the arm and the leg away. Remember, you're always flexing your.
Exercise 2.
We're going to come up and we're going to
3,
slide to the side, bring it back, and then replace. Turn the palm in, thumb up. So we're still doing our Superman, but I've moved the direction into frontal plane, opening wide with the arm, opening wide with the leg. And the reason this is a triple challenge is because there's 3 intervals without a break. So it's a bit more challenging to keep you in this position. The hand is directly under the shoulder. Press away, flexing that foot.
in 4, 3, 2.
So we're going to lift up and we're going to rotate round one way, rotate the other way, and then we change. So we lift. Transverse plane with our rotation of our hip and our shoulder. Going round in both directions, make sure you do a full pull. Lift and rotate. And then the other way. And then come back down. Inhale, exhale. Good work.
Take a 15-second rest. In 4, 3, 2.
Good work. Take a push back. And you're going to move into a side lying position. So if you need a block underneath your head, please feel free. Otherwise, your arm can be here. You could also put your elbow under your shoulder. Stack your hips, lift your waist away from the floor. And you're going to do a side lying leg abduction first. So this leg is going to come up and down. Think about lifting away from the floor. And you're not rocking too far forward or too far back. Stack your hips. By all means, have the hand onto the thigh. Or if you want to work harder and you're laying down, put the arm all the way overhead into torpedo. If you need a little bit more stability, bring the hand forward and you can be here. Any issues with the lower hip, bend that lower leg.
In 4, 3, 2.
We're going to brush the leg forward and back. Now we don't have to go fast. If anyone wants to work a little harder, we can go into full. So you can bring that leg forward, the other leg back. Again, full scissors without any support is really tough, really challenging. Well done.
Exercise 3.
And then we're going to use the top leg
2.
and we're going to rotate round one way and rotate the other. So remember, you can be up on your elbow here. That top leg is going to really start to smile. You've done 3 lots of 45 seconds, lifting and lowering. And I know that's going to feel really strong. So just be aware of how that feels for you. Again, you're not collapsing the chest. You're not collapsing into the floor, especially as you start to get tired. Keep that alignment.
15-second rest. In 4, 3, 2.
Good work. Ooh, top leg was smarting then, definitely. Give your hips a little release. Well done.
Your workout continues.
Okay, so I'm going to use the mini ball for a seated exercise.
2, 1.
We're going to lift and lower. Now, you can do this without the mini ball, so it's entirely up to you. Inhale, exhale, lift. If this is too much, feel free to go with just a single arm, lifting and lowering. Pushing back onto the ball, getting that strong connection through the waist. So we're challenging these deep muscles in our sagittal plane. Well done.
Exercise 2.
So we're going to move the hands down by the side of our thighs, and we're going to reach laterally, side to side. I turn my palms up, moving that body from side to side, reaching towards the feet. Be aware of how that feels. Into that big reach. Plant the feet. Have a little look weight going. Absolutely superb. Feeling that strong through the waist.
Exercise 3.
Bring the arms forward. We bow and arrow like we did in the warm-up.
1.
Coming back into that little pull. So we're twisting, leading with the elbow, turning the body, looking where you're going. Good work. As we twist, exhale maybe.
4, 3, 2.
Good job. Okay, so we're going to come on to the other side now. Lay comfortable for you. Either need a block, or you can use your head in your arm, or you can be up on your elbow. Stack your hips again, lift the waist away from the floor.
2, 1.
And we come into our side lying leg abduction, lifting and lowering. You may wish to flex your foot. You could also, if you want to, turn your toes down and your heel up, and that's going to isolate a little bit more into the glutes. Or you could turn your toes up, and that's going to isolate more into the quads, if that's a key area for you that you want to strengthen. Hands can be forward for support. You can take the arm all the way overhead into torpedo to work a little bit harder. Arm. Whatever works for you.
Exercise 2 in 4.
So we're going to bring the leg forward and back. So remember, we can go into full scissors. Or you could leave the lower leg and just scissor the top leg forward and back. If you need to bend that lower leg, if it feels a little bit uncomfortable in the hip, please do. You can bend it forward or back, it doesn't matter, as long as you keep your hips stacked. Brushing that leg forward and back. Be aware of how that feels. Take time.
Exercise 3 in 4.
So we lift the top leg only, and we rotate round one way, and we rotate the other way. Good work. So again, that top leg is going to start to start. You're doing great. Stay strong with me.
Take a 15-second rest in 4, 3, 2.
Superb. Okay, so we're going to actually lay on our front. If you need to put a block underneath your forehead, please do. Arms are going to come forward into our VW. Go take them wide.
3.
Squeeze the muscles in the bottom and we retract back. So sagittal plane for our back. Let's turn the palms in, thumbs up. Feel free to have your legs as wide or as narrow as you wish. When you come up, I want you to keep your neck in alignment with your spine. You're not jutting your chin. You don't need to look forward, look down. Use those extensors in the back of the neck to activate. And if we want to, we can lift a leg to make this harder.
Exercise 2.
Okay, take the arms wide into square.
2, 1.
We're going to rotate and then lower into your twist. So look under the arm. We rotate through the back into our transverse plane. Hip bones stay down in the floor. So you don't need to lift the lower torso. Keep that fixed. Inhale, exhale. Good work.
Exercise 3.
Okay, bring the arms down by your side to dart pose. We're going to lift and we're going to reach down one side. Come back and lower. So we're moving this now into frontal plane. You're moving laterally down the side of the body. Lift up to center first and then reach. Look where you're going, so you're turning your head with it. Inhale, exhale, press. Again, big squeeze on the muscles in the bottom. Keep the legs strong.
In 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we push back. Okay, again, we're going to come all the way round. If you need to use your ball underneath the base of your pelvis, please do.
Your workout continues in 4,
Legs come up, table
One.
our conventional. Tap down and up. Be aware of how that feels, and the further you tap away, the harder you work. Remember here, the ball is, if you are using a ball or a rolled towel, it's under the base of your pelvis. Not too high, it's not up your back. The knee comes back and it's in line with the hip. So it's not coming, especially as you start to get tired. If you suffer with cramp, flex your foot, dig your heel down first.
Exercise 2.
Good work.
4.
So we're going to move the knee out to the side into our knee drop. So we've moved this move into frontal plane. Opening that knee out to the side. And if you feel you need a little bit more stability here, take the arms wide to the side of your rim. Maybe open the palms up so you're not pressing into the ground. Again, the other knee stays up with the hip bone here as you press away. So just be aware of how that feels as you move.
Exercise 3. In 4.
Good work.
3.
I'm going to take you to a...
1.
We rotate the foot, the leg, the knee opens out. We've moved the femur bone, which is your thigh bone, into transverse plane now. If you don't want to touch the floor, you don't have to come all the way down. That's absolutely fine. Just be where you need to be. Well, let's use the breath.
Take a 15-second rest. In 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good work. Feel free to hug the knees into the chest. Maybe take your legs out wide on the floor. Give your hips a release. So if you are using the ball, let's move it. Place it in between the knees. Take the arms wide now for everyone. We're going to rotate here into our transverse plane. Your shoulders are your stabilizers. So we center through the shoulder blade. I want you to think about those shoulder blades in the back of your body. I want them to stay with equal weight distribution between the right and the left. So as you go over, your shoulder is in. If you want to work hard, extend the legs. And of course you could do this without the ball.
In 4, 3, 2.
So from here, gang, if you want to put the ball underneath the base of the pelvis again, you can. I'm going to move the legs out and in into a frontal plane. I like to point my toes out, flex my feet in. And then once I've got the technique correct, I start to travel and move further away from me to engage those lower abdominals, working nice and deep, nice and hard. Point the toes out, flex them in.
Exercise 3.
And then we're going to come into full scissors. So we've got the option just to move one leg. The other leg stays still. You can come down as far as that feels good for you. Or we can scissor with one leg up and one leg down. Coming into that full scissor position. Use the breath. You're doing really well.
Take a 15-second rest. In 4, 3, 2.
Good work. Have a little breather. Gang, I'm moving you round. We're coming into a
Your workout
plank
continues
position.
in 4.
Come down on the elbows if you wish. Take your feet wide.
1. Last
I'm going to drop the hip down up. This is our last triple challenge. So our plank has moved with a rotation into transverse plane. Inhale, exhale, drop the hip. Little hip kiss. If you wanted to, you could do this with your arms extended. Obviously, you don't go down as far. The key with your hip drop is to take your feet wide.
exercise.
So we're going to come into a side plank, gang. Put the elbow down.
2.
Reach to one side, lift. Take a breath. And then change sides. Elbow underneath. Push the hip away, lift. Inhale, exhale, and change when you wish. So let's stay for at least a breath. And then change. Well done.
Exercise 3.
Superb. Okay, come to a normal plank.
2.
And again, the hands can be under the shoulders if you wish to, or you can be down on the elbows. Take the lock off the elbows off if you are in a full extended. You can also drop your knees if you need to. We're going to hold for one more breath. Then I want you to push back, walk the hands back to the feet. We roll up slow. Roll the shoulders back. Take a breath. Breathe out. Take your right arm up and your left.
4.
Right hand forward
2.
and your left. Right palm in and your left. Give yourselves and each other a superb round of applause. I really hope you enjoyed that. Hope that got you moving. Hope that's got you working. Kicked off your week perfectly. Have a fantastic day. And I will catch you on a live or on a catch up real soon. Well done, everybody. Good job.